Next up on Family Tech TV, we're going to be talking about how technology goes with aging. Hi, this is Amy Oztan with Family Tech TV, and I'm here at CES 2017. And I have to say, I am very close to being old enough to be a member of AARP, so I'm very excited to be here with Anne-Marie Kilgallon.
It's a hard name to pronounce.
And we worked on it before we started this. Anne-Marie Kilgallon, you are the tech expert at AARP.
Yeah.
And what does that mean? Like, when I think of people of my mom's generation and older, I don't necessarily think of them as techie, but that's not necessarily true.
It's not. So it's changing. So technology is a continuum, right? There's people who are tech savvy and there are people who are tech shy, and they range in all ages. So you can still find people who are millennials and probably not super tech savvy, but then you'll find people who are over 50 who are completely tech savvy. So AARP is really focusing on technology and the connector that it can be across generations, regardless of what age you are, and meeting you where you are.
And how do you do that? Like, how do you take someone who maybe isn't so tech savvy and introduce tech into their lives and make it help them?
Carefully. So there are a couple of ways to do it. Most of the time, and you probably have heard this, a lot of people say, oh, my teenager is the CIO of our household, right? They're the most knowledgeable about technology. So we've put in a program where we start to connect generations by teaching the older generation from the teenagers of the younger generation. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is to start to introduce technologies that make it easy for older generations to connect to their children or grandchildren.
Like what? Like what do they use?
Yep, absolutely. So we have seen a huge uptick in Facebook, right? That's the largest generation on Facebook is the 50 plus, shockingly. That's because all the teenagers and millennials are now on Vine.
I'm trying to process that.
It is, it's scary. The closer that we inch to it,
yeah.
I'm always shocked by how fast Facebook is growing, but I'm still on it. So Facebook has become a big connector. In fact, in a recent study, 29% of teenagers and 30% of grandparents said being online and using social media like Facebook has helped them understand each other better, which is pretty surprising to me, probably because I'm on Facebook all the time, but
yeah,
me
too.
It was surprising. So that's one way.
And my son won't friend me on Facebook, so I'm going to have to work on that with him.
You're not alone. There is this divide that we have seen where there is a divide between social and family. So sometimes who you allow to be on Facebook with you, it's not always your family, which is interesting to me. So we're starting to see these divides of what social apps you use for family versus for social. And Facebook is one of them, Instagram is another that is popping up where they're having this divide. But honestly, when we see this generational connection, the iPhone has really taken off. So 95% of both generations own a smartphone. And so FaceTime, they're chatting, they're texting, and they're still calling, but mostly it's texting. And it's FaceTime.
And moving on from that to just the sheer tech of it, what are some things that older people can do, whether they're comfortable with tech or not? There's so many innovations with keeping you safe, keeping you healthy. What's your advice for people who want to use it that way?
I would say if you're looking for technology to keep you safe, I mean, everyone has a smartphone and they should use a locating device on it. So my mom is 90 and I actually got her a smartphone, and it is very hard for her to use, but we only use it for very, very simple uses. So she makes a call, we FaceTime, and I keep her location devices on, so if something happens, I can find her. She doesn't live with us, she lives in a community home. So I think that if you're looking for safety at an older generation, you might, and you're a younger person taking care of someone older or is concerned, that's one way to do it. Another way that a generation should look at technology is in your home. So as we look at home security and the Internet of Things, your home is really exploding in terms of connections, and there's so many products and services. Now you have Alexa that's come out and allows you to have native speak right with your technology, and it can lock your doors, it can set your alarm, it can do your calendar. So that's one way to do it too.
Excellent. Thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. I am Amy Oztan with Family Tech TV from CES 2017.